In today's episode, Talissa asks, with all of this COVID-19 chatter and the election year, are Facebook's metrics going to plummet even lower than usual? It's an interesting question. A few folks have wondered if, with all of the additional content out there, that the brand stuff is going to get lost. But behaviorally, what we're seeing happen with people is that as they follow the instructions of their local authorities and start doing social distancing and stuff, they are at home. Right? They're at home. They're in their places of shelter. And what are they going to do? They're going to spend time here, right? They're going to spend time in their mobile apps, watching video, engaging in conversations, and social networks, social media will be one of the ways that they stay in touch with other people because they can't do face-to-face. And so there is a counter-argument to be made that instead of less activity on Facebook, you actually will see more. And we're starting to see evidence of this. So let's bring this up here. This is Facebook's metrics for 3,200 brand pages that we monitor at Trust Insights to try and get a sense of what's going on on these social networks for brands. And what you can see here is that as of a couple of days ago, when you started seeing large-scale closures and things, particularly in the United States, but also around Europe, we're starting to see spikes in engagement on brand pages. So not overall Facebook, but brand pages. And that means that people are interacting more with these pages. Now, is it a huge jump? No, it's not like massive growth, but it is. You can see there's little spikes that are higher than normal for these brand pages for the last couple of days. We're going to see if this trend holds, to see if this data indicates this is going to be a more prevalent thing. But if that's what the consumer behavior is indicating, I think it's reasonable to assume it will hold. That people will consume more content, that people will have more time on the device, right, as they look for ways to entertain themselves, distract themselves. I think at some point you will see some diminishment of activity on Facebook after a while, once people get fatigued of it and remember why they stopped using it so much in the first place. But for now, it is their lifeline to their community. It's their lifeline to their friends. One of Facebook, Instagram, text messaging, WhatsApp, all the ways that you stay in touch with somebody at a distance are being applied locally for obvious reasons. So, what do you do with this information? Well, there's two things. One, you should, as a marketer, use the opportunity responsibly. If people are seeing your stuff, this would be the time to up your content marketing game, meaning stop publishing stuff that's okay and publish stuff that's really good. Because if you get that precious opportunity to be seen by a few more people and to be engaging with a few more people, use it well. Use it responsibly, right? Yeah, make sure that if you have to, go in and look at your metrics and recycle some of your better content, the stuff that gets engagement, because while you've got the eyeballs, you may as well use it. And we know that historically Facebook's engagement rates in particular have been so low that chances are people have not seen your previous greatest hits before. So for this period of time, go ahead and recycle those greatest hits. 2, most important, first rule of crisis communications: do not market tragedy. Do not market fear. What we've seen, for the most part, are most brands behaving themselves and issuing informational notices, reassuring people how things are not going to change, or if things are going to change, how it will not substantially impact service. I think those announcements are fine. They don't say anything we don't already know, but that's a good, responsible use of communications to say, like, hey, this is how we're approaching things, and reassuring your paying customers nothing's going to change. I think that's great. But trying to take advantage of bad news, always tacky, always tasteless, and always causes harm to your brand that you don't want to do. So don't do that. which is easier said than done. I get it. There's that temptation to try and capture the topic or capture a slice of the pie. And if it integrates with your brand in a way that makes you a part of the conversation and you contribute value to it, that's fine. But if you're just trying to sell to it, that's not fine. Never market tragedy, ever. So, with all this stuff going on and the metrics that we see, is it good news for social media marketers and marketers in general? For the time being, yes. If you're a digital marketer, you have a narrow window of opportunity to get a little bit of extra attention. Use it responsibly. Never market to tragedy. Good question, Talisa. It's a tough question because of everything that's going on. But really, go back and recycle those greatest hits. It's the best way to take advantage of the added attention in a tasteful way. And it will not seem out of character because you're just freshening up the stuff that you know people already enjoyed. If you have follow-up questions, please leave them in the comments box below. Subscribe to the YouTube channel and the newsletter. I'll talk to you soon. Take care.
Want help solving your company's data, analytics, and digital marketing problems? Visit trustinsights.ai today and let us know how we can help you.